We're here with Rob White, one of the organizers and founders of the Bicycle Assembly and Maintenance program that is just launching at the Learning Enrichment Foundation in Toronto. Rob, can you tell us a little background on how the program started and what the program hopes to accomplish?
Well, about 6 months ago, I had the opportunity to take a tour of a place called Eva's Phoenix, which is a youth shelter, and it also houses a printing shop where they essentially train the skills needed for students to be able to get into the printing business. And when I sat there watching this print shop in action, and all the noise and all the dirty ink and more or less the disinterested students, I thought to myself, boy, it's too bad these guys aren't learning how to repair bikes. And so from there I ended up talking to a variety of bicycle retailers and suppliers, and it became very clear that not only were they interested, but there was a real need for trained bicycle mechanics in the Toronto area, and that the bicycle industry was really keen to get behind it. And so the biggest challenge after that was trying to find a partner that could administer the program. And shortly thereafter I was introduced to the executive director of the Learning Enrichment Foundation, and these guys are the perfect partner because they are in the business of skills training for young adults and job placement. So not only do they have a big facility where they can pay for an instructor and build a room custom built for this program, but they also deal with all kinds of agencies that can bring youth into this program, and then once the students have gone through the program and graduated, they deal with more agencies with regards to job placement and that kind of stuff. So they really were the perfect partner for the program. And they also hooked me up with an instructor that is absolutely a fantastic instructor that not only knows a lot about bicycle mechanics, but is also a teacher. So has a great understanding of how to teach and how to deal with young adults.
So how long did it take for this all to get pulled together?
It's 6 short months, and boy, it really came together quickly. And the reason it came together quickly is because there's a real need for this sort of program. So every retailer that I talked to about it was interested in supporting it, and the various suppliers that I talked to were interested in supporting it. And so it has been more or less go, go, go from day one, and it all fell into place very quickly.
So the first intake, I guess, is just about to happen?
Yeah, 2 weeks. The first class will begin on February 17th. It's essentially an 8-week course, and so they start 4 weeks in the classroom, and then they will have 2 weeks where they will be working as a co-op student at a variety of bike stores around the GTA, and then they will come back for the last 2 weeks and get more hands-on training. In fact, in the last 2 weeks, one of the projects that they will do is take an old, used, hammered bike out of a pile of junk bikes and essentially build it to be a rideable bike, and then get to keep it upon graduation.
Okay. How many students will go through?
There will be essentially, it's going to start with about a dozen students. Usually somewhere along the line a couple of them will lose interest, and so we're hoping that every 8-week course we'll have 10 students that will graduate, and we're going to run 5 8-week courses a year. So during the months of July and August there will not be any courses, and the reason is the instructor is busy during the summer, as well as the fact that trying to get a job in the bike business in early September is probably the one time of the year that it's most challenging.
Okay, and what's the response been in terms of students wanting to get involved?
It has been overwhelming. I would say the biggest challenge we have right now is dealing with the capacity. Within the first weeks of the program being offered, we had found our first 10 or 12 candidates. Now the second class is full as well, and there's now a lineup for the waiting list for the third class.
And I guess if people want to find out about it, they can contact Learning Enrichment Foundation?
Yeah, they could. Bill Russell is the director of this program at the Learning Enrichment Foundation, and I don't know his email address or his telephone number, but he'd be pretty easy to find.
So I guess their website is lef.org?
Yeah, something like that. If you Google Learning Enrichment Foundation, you will certainly find their way.
Mm-hmm. And what about plans for the future to roll this out in other cities?
That is the plan. The plan is to take this to cities across Canada. We are first going to do it in Vancouver, and we're already moving and trying to find a partner in Vancouver, then probably Montreal and Calgary. But we're not in a hurry to do that. We want to see how the program unfolds and kind of fine-tune it before we move too far forward. But it does look like we have a lot of interest and we have a lot of partners that are jumping on board all the time.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hey, we're here at the Learning Enrichment Foundation, where the Bicycle Assembly and Maintenance Program has just been launched. We're talking with Janet O'Connell, the Executive Director of BTAC, who has been quite involved in the promotion and the organization of this new program, and BTAC has just made a donation of $9,000 to start the program off. Janet, can you tell us a little bit about why BTAC got involved and why BTAC thinks this is important?
Yeah, we have a national grant program that we do grants twice a year, and the Learning Enrichment Foundation, and in partnership with some of our suppliers and retailers, put in an application for us, and it was granted. So we did do a grant to them of $9,000. But more importantly, we know that stores across Canada are always looking for good quality staff, trained staff. So through the BAM program, they're going to be training some kids to be entry-level mechanics, and in partnership with the stores that are involved, the retailers, the suppliers. It's a co-op program, and so the stores are actually going to get to employ the kids for a couple weeks. The kids are going to come out fully trained, and hopefully our intention is to create a national program like this across Canada. We've already got some talks in Vancouver and hoping to take the program to other cities so that we can start to create a workforce of trained mechanics across the country.
I guess from talking with Rob White, who's involved in the initial design of the program as well, the response has been very strong.
Sorry.
The response has been very strong.
Yeah, the response has been outstanding. It's great to see such a collaboration of suppliers and retailers involved and ready, willing to put some dollars and put some product into the program. As you'll see in the classroom here, it's fully up to speed with all the tools and equipment they need to teach the kids. And then the retailers, as I said, retailers are lining up to take the kids on for the co-op program, and it gives the retailers an opportunity to have one of the mechanics in for a couple weeks and decide if that's someone they're going to employ. So it's really giving them a pool of trained mechanics to bring on board, rather than in the spring when they're trying to find some educated mechanics. Now they're going to have a resource for that.
Thank you very much.